Hello, my name is Zimmaron and thank you so much for watching this video. Today, I wanted to talk about the 3 pillars of success. Now, I wanted to firstly qualify what success means and in what context I'm talking about, because the first place that most people tend to go to when it comes to success is money. And money has nothing to do with success. As a matter of fact, success doesn't have anything to do with money either. Success is what you define success as. Whatever that means to you, whatever it is that your goal is and what you're trying to accomplish in your life. Are you living the life that you want to live? And if you're not, then what are you going to do about it? So, let's talk about the 3 pillars of success, and this applies to business, it applies to personal situations and circumstances, it really applies to everything in life. Pillar number 1 is know thyself. If there's anything that I have learnt over the past almost 5 decades that I've been walking on this planet, is that everything begins with me, everything ends with me. How my life looks and the experiences that I have and how I relate to those experiences all begins here. It begins inside, here in my heart, in my mind, in my body, and in who it is that I'm choosing to be in each and every moment. When you start to learn and understand more about who you truly are, and you get really, really honest, because there's a level of honesty that most people are not willing to get to when it comes to knowing themselves. And the reason why people don't like to get honest is because they view everything through the pain body. And sometimes there's so much shame, there's so much guilt, there's so much self-judgment that to admit that there's something that you're doing that isn't for your highest good or isn't helping you, it's far more easier to deny it than to have to dredge that up, because in being honest about it, people will tend to use that as another way to further criticize themselves and judge themselves and pull themselves down. But the truth is that the only moment that ever exists in your life is the moment that's happening right now. And your past doesn't exist. And your future is nothing more than a possibility. And what is it that possibility is for you? All right? That is dependent upon all of these things that are happening in your body through the mental, the emotional, the physical, and the spiritual bodies, and how they're working together cohesively in order for you to create the life that you're wanting or choosing in that moment. So your emotions and your thoughts and your judgments and your pain body shouldn't define who you are, yet it does for so many people, and that's why they are not as honest as they can be with themselves. When I realize that I've made a mistake or I've done something terrible or I've done something bad, the first thing I do is admit it. And I look at it because I look at everything as an opportunity, and I look at everything from the place of it being a gift and a blessing. Then I look immediately, well, what's the gift of this circumstance or situation, or this thing that I messed up, or this bad thing that I've been doing, or this way of living that I've chosen that might not be serving me and is something that I need to overcome and let go of. Well, you can only do that with self-love. You can only truly do that with self-love, But knowing yourself and being honest about who you are, that opens you up to so many possibilities. It opens you up to utilizing and tapping into your innate skills and the resources that you have available to you inside of yourself. It allows you to see your shortcomings and see what needs to change, or where you might need to ask for help, or where you might need to pivot and change something that's going on in your life that isn't serving you. So knowing yourself is absolutely critical to happiness. It's absolutely critical to success in any and all areas of your life, including relationships, including health and wellness. You know, when it comes to health and wellness, I highly recommend that people get their DNA tested and get allergy tests done and get their gut biome and microbes tested and so forth. Why? Because if you want to live the most optimal and healthiest life that you possibly can in this physical form, you want to take care of your physical body, and you want to know, based on your genetics and your DNA makeup, what foods are serving you and which ones aren't, and then gradually change your diet over to one that makes your body function optimally. You know, that's a perfect example of knowing yourself. You know, because one size does not fit all. That's one of the biggest illusions and biggest mistakes that most of humanity make when it comes to success and for teaching and coaching and all of this sort of stuff, that people generalize. And you can't generalize. Every individual is unique. Every individual has their own set of gifts and talents and abilities, whether or not they're realized, whether or not they believe it, whether or not they experience it. Those are all separate. But as you get to know yourself, you get to tune in and tap into all of those things that are available to you, so that you can then step out into the world as who you truly are and who you were truly born to be. Pillar number 2 is you are your own competition. There is no competition out there, folks. None whatsoever. There's only one of you that exists in all of creation, in all of infinity. There's only one you. There's only one Zimmaron. No one can be me. No one can do what I can do. No one can express themselves the way that I do. No one has had the same life experiences as I have. Now, I'm not saying that there isn't some overlap and all of that sort of stuff. And, you know, people might say, well, you know, if I have an e-commerce business and I'm selling backpacks, as an example, there is competition out there. Well, no, there isn't, though. Because you have the ability to position yourself uniquely. You have your own inner guidance. You have your own way of being able to market that and be creative with that and put your spin on it and make it unique to you, and to give people an experience of your business that outshines other businesses out there that are not as conscious or not as aware, and that are just out there to just make a quick buck, and it's just a business. You know, it's all about positioning. It's all about understanding that you use what on the physical plane we call competitors as a way to see what's working, and it's a way to gain an accelerated perspective of, you know, what the market wants and what the market desires and what is out there. But at the end of the day, you're your only competition. The only person that you're trying to beat is yourself. The only person that you need to be concerned about is yourself. Because your success in any area of your life is 100% determined by you, not by anyone else. And that's why your greatest competition is always you. No one else. And the less that you focus on what other people are doing in the negative sense of the word, from a place of envy and from a place of, oh my God, how can I do that? Or comparison, that they're better than and I'm worse than and all of that. It's all, mumbo jumbo. Because there are some people that will only hear things from you. They won't hear it from me because maybe I'm too woo, and too out there for them, too esoteric in my principles and my belief systems. But I'm not trying to be like anybody else. I'm trying to be who I am. And I'm trying to do my best to do that, however that looks. And I will fumble, and I will grow, and I will expand, and I will become better. And that is the ultimate form of self-empowerment, self-growth, and of standing on your own shoulders and just continuously becoming more of who you truly are. So you are your only competition, and you are by far the only person that's in the way of you creating the life that you deserve. The moment that you place your focus on anything outside of yourself, you've lost. You're now controlled. You're now being manipulated. You're allowing an external circumstance or situation to define who you truly are and what you're capable of and what you're not capable of. Do you see what I'm saying? Does that make sense? So, pillar number 3 for success in any and all areas of your life. It's basically the KISS principle. Keep it simple, stupid. And that's been one of my biggest and greatest difficulties, because I'm a visionary and I have a lot of visions, and that's why I've been a serial entrepreneur, and I've created multiple 6-figure businesses and made multiple 7 figures online and all of this sort of hoo-ha and fun stuff. And I've had to start fresh many, many times, partly because of my lifestyle of living in an ashram and being more of a minimalist than most people would be, and having sacrificed a lot of the conventional norms for my personal development and for my training and for me filling this cup full first. But it was only a year and a half ago that I burnt myself out, or 2 years ago now, 2.5 years ago now, that I really severely burnt myself out. I was running events at an ashram and overseeing the operations, and I was wearing so many hats. And then I had, these multiple 6-figure businesses that I was involved with and that are a part of my business. And at the same time, I was launching new businesses, and and then I had a marriage, and well, at that time I no longer had a marriage, but then I had my personal life, dating and meeting people and take self-care and all the different things that life requires of me, and so I was literally working 3 or 4 full-time jobs and overdid it. Why? Because I was overcomplicating things. I was wanting to make everything perfect. I was not asking for help where I needed it. I I wasn't focused, and I wasn't in tune with what the universe was asking of me, what the absolute most important steps were for me to get to where I was going or wanting to go. Okay, and that's one of the reasons why meditation is such a powerful tool, because it's not just about relaxation, and it's not just about the health benefits and all of that. Meditation is a time that you can go inwards and you can clear yourself so that you can hear and receive the inspiration that comes from within. You know, it's a communication tool. Primarily, it's a communication tool. The health benefits are a result of what it is, but it's ultimately a communication tool. And so if you want to simplify your life and you want to get the clutter out, because there's so much noise out there. I mean, think about all the noise out there when you're on Facebook, or if you're trying to launch a business. You know, am I going to be doing Facebook ads or YouTube ads or Google ads, and there's Pinterest and there's TikTok and there's all these different mechanisms for marketing and for promotions. And then, you know, what is it that I want to sell? Do I want to be an affiliate marketer? Do I have my own products or services, or do I want to market somebody else's stuff, or do I want to, you know, I mean, it can get mind-numbing. And how do you put all of that together? And how do you make all of that work? And what's the fastest path to get from A to B? Well, the fastest path is to know thyself, know that there's no other competition, and to keep it super simple, you know, and go into your meditations and ask. Set your intention for what you're trying or what you're wanting to accomplish, and ask for assistance, ask for clarity, ask, you know, organize your to-do list based on what you receive, not what you think you need to do. Because so many people procrastinate, so many people get distracted, so many people focus on the 80% that yields no results. You know, it's a 20-80 rule. 20% of what you do creates 80% of the results. So what do you want to do? You want to focus on that 20%, and you want to get the 80% out. Because if you don't, you'll burn yourself out. You'll get frustrated. You'll make little progress. You'll feel overwhelmed. You will. I mean, you know, the list goes on. But that is my 3 pillars of success in any areas of your life. You know, relationships are simple. Be who you truly are and love every person that you meet. And every date that you go on, love that person, love everything about them. Be genuinely interested in them and their welfare and who they truly are. And you will find that people will open up to you in ways and look at you in ways that you could not even possibly imagine. It always comes from you. You know, rather than going into a date, you know, from this perspective of like, oh, here we go, or it's probably going to be this, it's probably going to be that, or this person, I don't know, they're this. You're going to be these preconceived judgments and so forth. You know, as another sort of example of keeping things simple. It's in the simplicity that you can have the most profound transformations and realizations and create a life that is way beyond what you could ever imagine, because everybody has the same 24 hours. Everybody actually has the same resources. Money is not a resource at all. Money can actually stifle people and can hold people back from being who they truly are and from actually finding fulfillment in what it is that they're doing, because sometimes people will use money to, you know, as a shortcut, and they will actually miss the ultimate gift and blessing and the growth that can come from sometimes having to hustle and grind and build relationships and things like that. So that's my 3 pillars of success. Comment below if you agree or disagree, or what you think your pillars of success would be. And of course, ask me if you've got any questions or any concerns or anything at all that you'd like me to record videos about, or anything at all. Please share, like, comment. And once again, if you want to create the ultimate breakthroughs in your life, and you want to be empowered to master that and be able to take control of your life and truly become a master of your reality, so that all of the noise around you no longer impacts you in a negative way, doesn't derail you in the same ways that it used to, and you can see everything for truly what it is, so that you can excel in every area of your life, then click on the link below, schedule a call with me, and let's talk. Let's talk. It would be my honor and my pleasure to help you in that way, and to empower you in that way, because you deserve it.